What have you learned, though, across your career about finding your own voice and learning how to use it, and when you use it in ways that may be beyond the traditional scope of your current career?
Moira, that's a good question. You know, I always say 90% of getting the right answer is asking the right question. That's a good question, Moira. I think it's one of the, you know, look, I'm someone who's asking questions every day and on a broadcast, and I'm not sure that I even understand my own voice yet and my own power. And that's something I've been thinking about.
Why do you think that is?
Because I think it takes time. I think it takes time. I was so excited. The New York Times did a piece a couple months back that they pointed out that now the most powerful woman in Washington, Nancy Pelosi, is 78 years old. That the president of CBS News, Susan Zirinsky, is 67. That Gayle King, you know, at the top of her career at 64 years old. And I thought, this is so great, you know, because it reminds us that here are women of a certain age reaching power, and it does take time. You know, this is not an observation that's new because other women have made it, but essentially our fertility and our work power are in inverse relation. Just as we're starting, you know, maybe in our 30s, then we start having kids, and they become these forces that sometimes can be difficult to manage at the same time. But then when the kids are out of the household, is this an opportunity too, where we can be, how hopeful to think that I'm 45 now, what could I achieve when I'm 60 or 70 years old? I mean, that's an incredibly kind of hopeful moment. And so I think I am using my own voice now to the best of my abilities, which is I'm marrying my personality and my purpose in the pursuit of truth. And I think that's how I can best use what voice I know that I have now, which is because I do firmly believe that the truth is under attack. And not just by some forces here at home, but around the world. And I so firmly believe that we have to have trust in our government. We have to have trusted sources of information. We have the greatest military in the world. We should trust our public servants who are involved in all the different agencies in Washington and local agencies. We want to trust these people. We need them in order to make democracy work. So as much as I can be a part of helping to be a truth teller and sort out those sorts of things, it's important. I'll just add this. Journalism is really incredible about holding powerful people accountable. This is not my idea. This is the First Amendment. This is what James Madison talked about, certainly. Look at what the press has done, not only in terms of Watergate, Spotlight, exposing abuse in the Catholic Church. We did exposing abuse in the military and military service academies. We've done that reporting. This is where journalism is really, I think, a noble profession, because we can't move forward until we expose abuse and corruption. We can't move forward unless that particularly happens. So I'm still learning my voice, but I hope you know, that you'll listen to my voice on the evening news, 6:30 p.m. every night, Monday through Friday. We want to succeed.